Next round for Portland State playing Montana. Here we go. Live from Idaho. Starch Madness, named after the potatoes. Yeah, got the tip. Let's go, Portland State quarterfinals. My dad was into his college's tournament, Santa Clara University. They made it to the final game, actually, in their conference. Gonzaga, basketball powerhouse, but let's go. So this school, Montana, from Missoula, Montana. Oh boy, why do I know this place? Well, it's a funny story. Maybe I'll tell it in a bit. I'm gonna concentrate on some basketball. Want my team to make it, like my dad's team, Santa Clara, to the chip tournament. The conference tournament championship game. They got to win this game. Let's go. I'm watching this morning. Woohoo! State second half begin. Portland State quarterfinals, Montana. Montana was hot in the first half. And they were hitting a lot of shots. Got down to a little bit of a... They got up to a little bit of a lead here, man. Let's go. Let's get some defense. There we go. Start out with a block. Don't turn it over. Montana's playing good. They were the champion last year of the conference. And they got a small town of Montana that supports and loves their university. You know, Portland, Oregon. Okay, I was going to leave personal anecdotes out of this. Never mind. But they're playing hard. They're playing good. Montana's good. What just happened there? They got a block. Okay, I gotta focus. I'll leave all my personal stuff for the next one. Portland State, let's go, my alma mater. Let's come back. Second half, play hard, guys. Let's go. Vikings. Well, once again, I do not see my school going to the NCAA March Madness National Tournament. They get knocked out by Montana by 3. Oh, brutal. Lost by 3. The last shot. Good defense. Just short. Big short. Oh, that's brutal. Trying to get a better shot. Oh, wow. I even wrote some notes here about what I want to talk about. Montana, give them credit. They played great. They got this guy... Number 10, I forget his name, or Monty. He had like 40 points. He played, I mean, this guy right there killed him. He was killing him. Montana moves on to the championship game, and Portland State season's over. Oh, brutal. And once you, this is another one of my rants. So I even wrote some notes here. What I wanted to talk about. So I gotta remember, I'm sitting here screaming at the TV. These guys are kids. They're 18 to 21, maybe 22 years old. I'm in my 40s, man. I'm yelling at the TV. These guys got a ton of pressure. They're in university. You know, they're young. They're athletic as hell, a lot of the guys. But, you know, you make little mistakes here and there when you're that age. And it's crazy because they've been working on this season since November. That's when the university's basketball starts. So this has been their whole life for months and months and months. Look at that dunk. Oh. And this kind of game situation is win or it's your last game of the season. For a lot of these guys, this is probably the last time they'll play basketball in their lives, especially at this level. You know, these guys don't become pros really, maybe, but notes here about this game. Now let me go outside and talk about this. You could check the computer. That was fun. So Portland State University, the Vikings. Great season. They played pretty bad though. The 30 minutes of that game just outplayed, missing shots. It's a 40-minute game in university basketball. They played bad for 30 minutes. Turned it on the last 10 minutes. Pretty crazy. But yes, like I said, they're just kids. Got to give credit to Montana. They played great. And oh my God, the refs. There was a block shot by a veteran player on Portland State, Minock. Big, tall guy, really athletic, great story. And he said something after the block shot. He was probably impassioned in the moment, you know, like, yeah, get that shit out of here, you know, something like that. And they gave him a they gave him a technical foul. Stop the play. Stop the momentum. Portland had the ball. They're going forward, and they call the foul because of something he said. You can't call that in the moment, like just saying, like, yeah, get that shit out of here. He didn't touch him. He didn't punch him. Just like so many things in America, too soft, man. Like the refs, I fucking hate refs in all sports. It's just, they're just garbage. It will just, you don't do that in that moment. After a great block shot, he talks a little smack and you call. Oh, all right. So that's one thing that made me angry. Let me rant on a little more here. Okay, that's right. So Portland, Oregon, it's a big city of the West Coast. You know, that's one huge thing about it. Portland's got a lot going on in that city. They got the Portland Trailblazers, NBA. They got the MLS team that they love, Portland Timbers. Everyone likes University of Oregon, the Ducks that are nearby. They're a big draw on lots of things. Oregon State's nearby. A lot of people don't like sports. A lot of other stuff going on. You know, liberal people that hate sports and everything like that. Okay, I'm not going to get into that, but that's a huge difference. Portland State is like in a big city and a whole mesh of things going on, and the athletic department just doesn't have a lot of support. It's not like other universities. You know, Montana is in this tiny town, Missoula. The whole city, all they're about is Montana University. So like for football, basketball, those are the two biggest men's American football and men's basketball. Those are the two biggest sports. Okay, you could like women's soccer or lacrosse or whatever, softball, whatever you like. There's no denying it. Men's basketball and men's American football are the two biggest draws of the two biggest sports in university. So this little town of Missoula, Montana, I've never been there. I'm going to talk about it in a second though. That's their whole life. Everybody is involved with the university in this town. They don't have a pro team anywhere nearby. They don't have a big college nearby. There's in this big sky state of Montana. I don't know if they talk like that. Montana. They got the Montana State and Montana University, the Grizzlies, the Grizz, which is who just won there. So they love their city. They support their team. The players feel it. Players and they understand. They're like part of something. You know, Portland State, you got all these protests on campus, and basketball guys are trying to go to school and go to practice, and you got all this crap going on in the city of Portland, and half of the university doesn't even think about them. So that's a huge thing. It made me angry when I went there too, because I was just like, you guys got these teams, just support them, man. I know there's a lot going on, but all right, I ranted on that a little bit more. I got my notes here. I want like a sports TV show. That's what I wish I could have, where I could talk like this, like a podcast. Would anybody listen? That's why I'm recording these. It's a beautiful day. I'm about to go to the gym. All right, next point. So the Montana Grizzlies, I have a personal connection with that place. So my ex-girlfriend a long time ago, this crazy young, beautiful girl was born in Montana, Missoula, Montana. And she moved to California later in life as a teenager or something, and met me and was with me for a year in a crazy relationship. I wish her the best wherever she is, but it was, we don't need to go into details, but she's from there. And, you know, I actually liked her mom. Her mom was cool. Me and her mom went to a game in Sacramento for American football when Montana was in town. They love that university. That's what I'm saying. They're from that city. They're all about that university. Her older sister went there. Wendy Kane, that's right. I just remembered her name. I hope you're doing all right out there. From Missoula, Montana. Now, she's had a lot of these things going on in her life. And we're running around mid-2000s thinking we're crazy. And look at me now. And I'm thinking about her 20 years later. And my school just lost to the Montana Grizz. Isn't that her school? Her town. Oh, man, that's a crazy thought. But all right, I got my notes here. What else is going on? Can't even read my own handwriting. That's a problem. Oh, shit. What does that say? All right, I read my Leonardo da Vinci style handwriting where only I can read it. I don't do it on purpose. I just am sloppy. Fucking shit. The streaming of things. Oh my God, streams. Okay, I'm in far off Vietnam watching a obscure university basketball game. I'm lucky that I even have anything to watch that. Back in the days, nobody could even think about watching anything across the world. So one, I'm lucky for that, but what the fuck, man? So I get this thing, I paid for it to watch sports, and you got to use a VPN because it doesn't work abroad. And yeah, the game the other day worked fine. Yeah, 2 days ago. But then today, in the beginning of the game, the first like 15 minutes, it shut down a bunch of times. I missed a bunch of stuff. I'm real superstitious. So, I'm like, that's the reason why they're doing bad, is because I'm not watching, or I didn't see, or I'm all superstitious, freaking out. And let me get this straight. The paid for legal way to watch it, which is, I'm kind of subverting it because I used a VPN, but still, acting like I was in America watching it, started faltering on me. It started shutting down every few minutes. I refresh. I missed like 5-10 minutes of the first half. And all of a sudden, Portland State's down by like 15, down by 20. And I'm just like, fuck. So I go on my illegal, pirated host of sites and crazy things that I know about, that I watch sports because I'm a maniac and I love media and things. So I go on there, ditch the paid for thing, and I go on the pirated streams, and it works fine. It like lagged a little bit. Even the sound was better on the pirated, illegal website stream that I found to play the game here in Vietnam. Like, what is that? The same thing happened with the NFL a couple of years ago. I was in Taiwan trying to watch the NFL. I paid for something. It didn't work good. The same thing happened in Albania a couple of years ago. I paid for something to watch the NBA, the Warriors, and it didn't work good. The illegal, pirated people in their basement, or in Egypt or China or whoever is doing these things to get ad revenue, and for whatever reason, pirating sports, worldwide sports across the world illegally, is better. It's better quality and it works better. It's fucking crazy, this world. Oh, that's so weird. Last note, some family connections. My dad's school I talked about in the first part, Santa Clara University, they lost to Gonzaga today, though. Really, really good Eastern Washington State school, Gonzaga. They made the final, though. But it's not about my dad, man. I should have focused on my school, my people, Portland State. I'm like their biggest fan. They got had such a good year. Shout out to my dad. He's the one who got me obsessed with basketball. So just like him, though, he did not play for his university. He chose to focus on academics instead, and I think it's something that he might regret a little bit. I wish he played real college basketball, and that's one of my biggest regrets. I wish I played. My dad is a basketball maniac. He's who got me into all this crazy sports stuff. I did on my own too later on, but yes, his school, Santa Clara University, he didn't play, and he always told me he wished he could have made the team, and he was better than a lot of the guys, and would have played Division I college basketball. And if I just got my head on straight, and I didn't get injured, I hurt my knee when I was like 16, but if I just had my head on straight between the age of, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, I could have figured it out. I could have probably just concentrated on basketball, concentrated on school, not all the nonsense, which was kind of fun, man. It's hard to turn down, man. All these vices and things going on, and the girls and the partying and but I wish I did that. I thought about it, but I had to work to pay rent, so I couldn't really do that. But I thought about what in an older age going to university again at Portland State, I thought about trying out for the team and just like being like a veteran, not a veteran, but a older guy presence on the team. I probably wouldn't have played much. I wasn't in good enough shape, but that would have been interesting if I made that and went through the season. I really considered it. I was like 30 something, and I was like, I could probably, talk to the coach and play hard and practice in the tryouts, and maybe that would have been a dream come true. That's what I wish I always did. I always wish I played Division I college basketball ever since I was a kid, and it didn't happen. And now all I could do is watch and college basketball. I like going for my school. I was extra excited this year because they had a really good team. They're the regular season conference best team in the Big Sky. The last time they did that, it was COVID, and the fucking tournament got canceled. They had to, so they couldn't reach their potential that year. And when I was in school, one year I went to the tournament in Reno. I won doing this like free throw contest at a game, and I won tickets. And that's a whole nother story. I went by myself. I took a bus there. I had to ask. I did like a, what's those things called where you ask on the internet for money to fund my trip. I was broke, man. I was really broke a lot of times in my life. Like I couldn't even have money to, and it ended up, they played well. I watched the women's tournament too. I like scalped tickets there to make more money, and I said Reno by myself. Stupid. Other regrets that I kind of have. I was kind of, I went to all the games. It was fun. And Portland State got knocked out that year when I went. And shout out to my barber. Whatever, man. Shout out to my barber. He's probably the other biggest Portland State fan. Patrick, take care of the fam, man. You're awesome. Portland State out of the NCAA tournament once again. I thought this was the year I was going to see it. I thought this was the year. They had some great guys. That was just a missing shots, a bad start to the game, some tough luck. Pretty sure their main guy was hurt a little bit during the game. He was hobbling around, Miller. And that's how it goes. It was fun. Watched a couple tournament games. Shout out to my barber. Shout out to Portland State. Peace. One more thing I gotta say about all that. All right, so United States of America, university and college culture is a real thing, man. It's special. It's there's thousands of universities probably across the United States. A lot of them really old, 200 years old. And it's a big part of American life and culture. To be a sports fan for your school is also a huge tradition, especially American football, a little bit of basketball, but American football especially. It's like, I always dreamed, imagine, let's say I went to a school or I was at a university that had like a big time sports program, and I was a fan and I was in those atmospheres as a young person. It's like another life that I never lived. It just seems super fun, man. Like everyone's into it. You got the parties, you got the alumni that's all into it, and I don't know, like going somewhere like Alabama, Ohio State, North Carolina or Duke for basketball, even Oregon Ducks in Oregon, even Stanford, UCLA, USC in California, if I went there. All kinds of places. Kansas, for basketball. Indiana University for basketball. Random schools here and there. So they have like tiers. Some schools are like big time sports programs, and then others are like in the middle and lower level that don't have as much funding and support and history and culture. And that's another thing. I wanted to play college sports in another life. In another life, I went to some college where everyone was into it, and I was like a super fan. You look forward to the games every week as a student. But yeah, another big thing, university culture in America. It's fun, man. Especially like I've been to a lot of these places without going there. especially as a young person, hanging out. Especially in small towns where like the university is like the main thing, and you got all these young people that are like, you know, young adults just experimenting with life and figuring things out, and just, it's fun, man. I know there's a lot of toxic kind of stuff involved with this too. That is for sure true, but you got the fraternities and sororities, and a lot of people have things to say about that, whatever. But then you got the party culture, and you got the just little things set up for students, the cheap food, the little bars, the fun places. I lived in a college town, San Luis Obispo, California, for 2 years, and I basically lived life as a college student without going to college. It's fun, man. It's cool. Like, it's the experiences you have, you remember the rest of your life, for better or worse. You know, you got not a lot of responsibilities, and you're trying to figure things out and go to school and make friends and be social and have you know, sexual interests and love life and this and that, whatever's going on with everybody. Everyone's experiences is different, but you know, it's literally every year hundreds of millions of young people in the United States. International students come from all over the world to go there for university. It's billions of experiences if you tally in all the hundreds of years of university life in America. It's a huge, interesting, fascinating, lot of alcohol and partying and fun and sex and music and rock and roll and academia in the middle of it, you know, sports, and you know, you got people that become engineers and biologists and accountants and, you know, computer tech nerd making millions and billions of dollars studying all kinds of stuff, geography, environmental sciences, becoming doctors, PhD, or nurses, or sports medicine, or you got all these little opportunities, and a bunch of people get student debt and loans and all that stuff to go there in the first place. You know, that's a whole nother fucking rant. But it's a cool, I love it. It's a cool, interesting subtext part of American culture that includes the sports, the partying, the fun, the learning about life, the getting your degree in academia and going towards your future. It's a part of so much. It's cool, man. I didn't give a shout out. You know, not everyone gets those opportunities. Not a lot of, you don't have to go to university. It's not mandatory. That's a whole nother thing. You know, like a lot of degrees, you know, art, science. I met this person that studied to be a librarian recently that like can't find a job, and you know, that's a whole nother thing. A lot of people never graduate. But it's just part of, you know, interesting modern Western civilization, United States of America, including sports teams and life. And I like it. I support it. I work in an admissions office as a student employee where I learned a lot about lots of things. And a lot of people, like in this country and countries around the world, dream of going and moving to the United States as an international student. Like, it is their dream. Like, I'm sure there's hundreds of Vietnamese in high school and all around me right now. Thousands that would dream of going as an international student, moving to the United States and getting the opportunity to go to school there and make a life for themselves. A lot of probably do from Vietnam, but really all over the world. Even countries that so-called don't like America. Give me a break. They want to do it too. They want to go. They'll be accepted. They'll accept the invitation if they got the chance, most likely. You know, from Russia, China, Iran, I don't care, whatever, man. They want to experience it and get that higher education. Some of the best universities in the world. Everyone knows that. It's all right. That's enough of this show. Film the rest of this on my backwards camera. It looks better right now. Peace, man.